Welcome to Kash Dash Unscripted, episode 309 with Owen Dashner.
I'm sorry, my eardrums just blew out. What did you say? And Ted Kaasch.
Maybe it's because I didn't have my headphones on.
Hey, happy belated Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we should have thought about this a couple weeks ago when this would have dropped.
Yeah.
This will be a couple. One or 2 weeks.
2 weeks out. Yeah.
Yeah, but hope you had a great Mother's Day. For those of you out there that are catching this, that are moms, or
I'm getting my
grandmothers.
final Mother's Day gift when I leave here. Actually,
What do you? So do you do anything special for Mother's Day? You know, people typically get traditions.
Yeah.
Whether it's small, big, whatever.
It's always a card. It's always flowers. It's always a bottle of wine. Generally, I'm getting massages from my mom and
You're getting massages from your mom.
getting massages for my mom
okay.
and my wife. I can't tell you how much money I spend on massages a year.
Wow, you drop some coin on it.
And then it's usually like one gift, and maybe it's something around the house that we're redoing, or in this case, so the wife wants a very specific pair of workout shoes.
Okay, so do you treat?
I've been not finding them lately.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you treat Mother's Day like you have your wife? Are you buying gifts for her like she's your mom? Type thing. I know that's a weird way to put it, but
yeah. I mean,
do you do both?
My wife gets more than my mom does.
Okay, yeah. It's a weird dynamic. I mean, with sons,
Yeah.
You know, we kind of have two. We have two moms that we have to take care of. You know, the mother of your children and your actual mom. So,
And I have a
unfair.
and I have a grandmother still alive. So grandma's getting a card and some flowers too.
oh wow, yeah. I usually, my mom actually used to own a greenhouse. It was called the Green Scene when I was growing up. So she would grow like all kinds of plants and flowers and stuff. It was a local business where we grew up, small town Iowa. But we had two big one smaller one and then one big greenhouse. So I have a ton of memories as a kid just messing around in there, getting in the dirt and stuff all over me all the time at the end of the
So
day.
you never bought flowers?
No. But I did get my mom some really ugly, gaudy jewelry when I was growing up. So I would be mad if she didn't wear it. It was just like the worst. I mean, the brightest possible, biggest, gaudiest stuff that you can put on, necklaces and earrings, and she'd wear it just to make me feel not bad. So
There is multiple times I've taken the kids and said, okay, here's your budget. You can put this budget together or you can separate it. And we went to like the local jewelry store.
yeah, no, okay. So all right, one follow up on this. Do you guys you always do something as a family on Mother's Day, or do you do dealer's choice?
Yeah,
where she can be like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out with my friend. We're going to go get brunch or whatever, and see a movie. Whatever she wants to do. Is that kind of how that works, or do you have a tradition?
Yes. So my wife always does something with her mom. I always do something with my mom.
Yep.
And then other than that, like my wife's like, okay, so the thing you do with your mom can't be at our house because I don't want a dirty house. So you got to take her out, or you got to go hang out there at her house. But my house is off limits.
Yeah.
My Mother's Day. And she goes out and we'll do brunch and then usually get her nails done with her mom. And then the kids, they generally come with me because my mom will like to have everybody over, my brother over, grill out, hang out. And that fills her bucket.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Sometimes it's a restaurant, but generally it's hanging out at the house.
All right. What about Father's Day? Do you have any traditions?
Yeah. So I like to, depending if the weather's nice, I like to have a pool party.
Of course you do.
Yeah, so I invite family over, maybe a couple friends, but then it's my chance to have anything to do to have a pool party. I'm happy, and I'm usually put something on the smoker and having a good time that way. That's my thing.
Okay, I like it.
How about you?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I get kind of trumped almost every year because my daughter's birthday is in June, like middle of June.
Mine too.
And so it always falls right
June
around Father's Day, and you have to pick whatever weekend day you're.
What's her birthday?
I'm not going to say it.
Oh.
June. It's in June.
Okay.
And I don't want people out there doxing me.
Well, my daughter's June 25th. That's why.
Okay. Well, now they know her birth date, so they know your daughter's birthday. Now they just have to social engineer their way into hacking into all your accounts. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have to worry about that.
Okay. They can, so, but anyway, I always my move is we'll typically go to breakfast early. And then I'm going to play golf at the club with hopefully my buddies, right? And so I'll do that, and I don't have a hard and fast time I have to be home. but I'll usually do that. If we can't do the breakfast thing, if I can't work that out, then we'll usually go out to dinner or get some good takeout that I want.
Mine will usually end with a risk night at the house if I can too with the boys.
With the family?
Yeah.
Oh, with your buddies?
Yeah, my there's no way. My kids would play Risk with me, but my wife wouldn't even even if
it'd just be torture.
Yes. The card games, Clue, those are my wife's games.
Those are okay. I got it.
Uno.
Well, anyway, so we covered all that. That's good. Now, happy Mother's Day, people, again. What else has been up with you?
It's been a crazy week. I had the privilege of being one of the hosts and MC for the REI panel at the One Talk event this week, which is
that for agents?
Yeah, it's for agents. Realty One Group, as a national organization, does these events. It happened to be in Omaha this year. So there's people from Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, that and probably a couple other states that were there. I think there's probably about 150 people there. Mm-hmm. And we had a panel which had Neil Gallus, Wyatt Simon, Josh Colbo, and then also Jim Posey on there, and which I knew 3 of the guys. I didn't know Jim. We're going to get Jim on a future podcast. I think it'll be a very interesting conversation. He's doing huge deals, owns multiple companies. I think
cool.
I think you'll love that. But yeah, I had some positive feedback at the end. An agent come to me and like, hey, whenever time I go to one of these events, I see a real estate investor panel, I like cringe. And they're like,
why is that?
They feel like they're being sold on doing it. And my philosophy was more like, at one point I asked the whole crowd, I'm like, hey, who's done a real estate investor deal? A handful of hands went up. I go, I guarantee you at some point in your business, even if you're not a real estate investor agent, you're going to run across an real estate investor deal. And you need to know how to approach it. So then we have the conversation with what's the best way to reach out to your clients? What information should you provide? And, we talked about like, what's the thing you hate, when it comes to getting those leads? Like, I'm like, I hate it when somebody's like, oh, this needs $20,000 of repairs, but really needs 50. Mm-hmm. Don't give me the number then.
If you have no idea, don't say anything.
Yeah. As an agent, the only thing that you should truly be able to provide me is the ARV, the after repair value. That's a big value that you can provide me and give me some comps of how it is right now. Mm-hmm. But other than that, don't tell me how much it's going to be cost. Tell me what it needs that you see. Great. But don't give me all your prices if you don't know. Don't guess.
That's a great tip. In fact, we could post date this as today's Golden Nugget.
We haven't done the Golden Nugget with the new show yet.
Yeah. No, that's okay. So that was yesterday?
That was yesterday. Yep. And so that was fun. Took a whole day event. Got to see some great speakers. Some of them applied to me, some didn't. Jay Morales, which we've had on a previous podcast, talked about the 50-mile march. Did a phenomenal presentation.
Jay did?
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, he tied the 50-mile march into the points he kept on making. And then we had a mutual friend, old friend that died this week. And he's donated and helped out with his 50-mile march. Kyle Loftus from 1320 Video. And he incorporated him into the ending of it. And there wasn't a dry. I mean, everybody was just crying at the end. And if you don't know Kyle, he is truly a trendsetter. He is a superstar. He's a guy that his smile is infectious, and he made celebrities. Like, he made people who they are, and he saw these regular people and were able to elevate them. Somebody I worked with him when I was like 21 years old at a place called Stereo West. And, we did a lot of street racing and stuff back then, and it was a lot of fun. Did not keep in a lot of touch with them. I was blessed that just like 2 weeks ago, I went to Gabriel Ruiz's birthday party, and they're best friends. And he was there, got to catch up a little bit for quite a while. Had some interesting conversations. So I'm glad to at least had that last conversation with him before all this went. But it's just,
I'm sorry for your loss.
Just a sad thing. Great person. If you don't know who it is, check out his YouTube channel. He's got like 6 million followers on there, and was known worldwide, and he really supported the Omaha community.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
But shout out to Jay, man. Like, the presentation was phenomenal. I'm like, Jay, I was like, you need to come speak at our rehab group, because it was I knew he was a good speaker and presenter. Obviously, he was great on the podcast, but I was blown away. Like, I want to be able to speak like that. I want to be able to get in front of the crowd, not have note cards, and just speak and have it be impactful and have it flow the way he did. I mean, I was shocked. If I could learn something, I'm really actively trying to learn that.
Yeah, because are you up to a white belt yet in Toastmasters?
No, I'm still in level 1. But Yeah, I guess level.
That'd be funny if they had a black belt in public speaking or something. You could work your way up.
I think there's level 1 to level 4.
You got to gamify it.
Yeah, and there's like so many speeches and so many positions you got to go on for each level, and then there's people that grade you, and then once you get the higher levels, you have to actually do like speaking competitions.
Really?
One of the guy in our group, he's now passed through. He's now on like these nationals when it comes to speaking. He just joined the group a year ago, and he was, according to everybody else, not that great, but now he's surpassed thousands of people that have competed in this, and now he's going to be competing against 50 people, and he's only got a couple more levels to go, which I guess is a huge deal. I don't know. I'm learning about all this, but they're like, well, you need to start doing the competition. I'm like, I'm just learning right now to not say ums, ands, and so's. Feel confident enough to be able to do a presentation that I can introduce people all day long, but I don't want to do an hour presentation. But I really, when I get to a point of launching my book, I want to be able to do a presentation for an hour and have it be impactful. I want to be able to do a presentation like Jay did and have people like wowed and amazed and have something that actually they got out of it.
Yeah,
that's a true skill.
It is. I admire public speakers that really honor their craft by spending a lot of time getting better, because it is hard. Both you and I have done a fair share of public speaking in small and medium-sized groups, and it's intimidating to get up there, but I think there's always ways you can improve. And I struggled for a long time with complacency when it came to that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I got this. I don't need blah, blah, blah. But you got to take it seriously especially if it's something you're going to be doing on a consistent basis. And you're going to get better every time.
You're doing it weekly and you're killing it. Like, you've gotten so much better at it.
I appreciate that.
Maybe you can do it back at 3 again.
Oh, maybe.
Come on. Too
We'll
much
see.
on your plate nowadays.
I don't. You know what? I just put on grown up clothes. 2 weekends ago when we went to the wedding that Jen and I were in. So I hadn't worn a suit in a long time. Because this is how I roll around. I mean, this is dressed up for me, just having a polo on. But a lot of the real estate investors we hang out with that are really, really successful, they roll around in T-shirts and shorts. It's not, you don't get dressed up.
Look at Big Cat.
Yes, exactly. Backwards hat, flip-flops. So I dig in my closet, and I haven't worn this thing. I think it was 3 years. Where I'm at the wedding.
Did it fit?
And it's a little big.
Yeah.
Especially the pants.
Okay.
So it did not look great on me. But Jen's like, why are your shoulders so why do they look like that? You look like a triangle. And I'm like, this is back in style. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, it didn't fit right. So I go there and I'm looking for like some gum or something in my coat pocket, my suit coat pocket.
Federal card.
No, I actually pull out this, it felt like clothing, and it was very soft. Mm-hmm. And so I pull it out, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Jen's underwear.
No. I knew. You didn't even have to say that. We all knew you were going to say it. We all knew. Everyone listening to this knew you were going to say that. So I pull it out, and it's like a sash from my daughter's princess ball that I took her to when she was in, I think, 5th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I just kind of had one of those dad moments where I was like, wow. And thought back, and because we have some great pictures, and I had a buttonniere, and she had the flower, and got her hair permed and everything. It was just one of those snapshots in time. 8 years old she was, or no, wow, that's not right.
Maybe time capsule right there.
Yeah, but it was really cool. So I have no idea why I'm talking about this.
I had one of my suit coats on the other day, and I obviously have not worn that for a very long time. I know we went to something fancy, and I had to wear it. And it was just the overcoat, right? Literally, I got in there, and you would not believe what I found.
Was this a sport coat? You mean?
No, it was like a winter jacket to go over your suits.
Oh, I see. Like a trench.
Like a trench. Yeah.
Pea coat.
You wouldn't believe what I found inside there.
What?
It was my business cards from when I was a car salesman, and it said like my Mazda cards in there, and I was like, oh, look at these.
Wow, that's funny. It's hilarious going through older stuff that you have. We had a garage sale. Last week.
I had to throw up a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
How was the garage sale?
It was as bad as you would think.
You handled it okay.
I handled it as best as I possibly could, but it's like 6 hours, and of course we had nothing prepared ahead of time. We knew when the date was, and then just like we were running around traveling and kid sports and all that stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a garage sale tomorrow, and so I had like 1,000.
And you're like, I told you so.
We got one of those like 8 foot resin type tables, and so it's 8 foot diameter. We
used to play beer dice on those.
We had probably a couple hundred books that we put.
Remember some beer die?
Yes. Anyway, can I finish?
Yeah, sorry.
We just put piles and piles of books up there, and we sold like almost all of them. That was by far and away. But this is funny. In a hoarder house about 5 years ago, I found 2 of these replica Lord of the Rings swords. Like one of them actually had runes on it that went all the way down. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I was like taking pictures with it, And some dude, and Jen's like, do you actually think someone's going to buy those? I'm
Yes.
like, oh yeah. This dude from the road is driving by because it was like a citywide garage sale.
Yeah.
He's driving by, looks out his window and like stops, pumps his brakes, basically jumps out and runs over there. And he's like, how much is this? I'm like, it's $20, man.
No, you were way too low.
I know, but I wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
Like it's in my garage. Like it's not like I'm going to be going out playing cosplay or Renaissance Fair anytime soon. So I was like, all right, man, just take it. And then somebody else came and bought the other one, like right, just like that.
Yeah.
But we had other stuff that I was like, this is totally gonna be like, we had this really nice, like a rope hammock, like a nice one, but it just didn't have the frame. You could just hook it to trees or buy a frame. $10, nothing. People didn't even look at it. Like all the stuff that I thought was gonna sell did not. And then people would buy like, oh, how much can I get? Will you take 50 cents for these? We were selling basically brand new books for $1, and they're trying to negotiate us down. That is why I hate garage sales. It's just like, you have a good deal. Stop negotiating.
You should put a no haggling sign up.
Oh yeah, we could be like CarMax for garage sales.
We priced everything right.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, so that was not anything I'm looking forward to doing again. But in the process of getting ready for a garage sale, as you may know, you go through
I've never done one in my life.
Me either. Actually, I think I did maybe growing up, but they're not anything I'm signing up for.
We have a neighborhood garage sale once a year, and I always ask my wife every year. She's like, "Oh hell no!"
You know how much money? So this was 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
And not including prep time and breaking it down and all that. And it's a lot of talking to people. You know how much? Take a stab at how much money we made.
$250.
We made, it was either $311 or $411. And we sold a couple of, but it's funny. Jen's always like, she'll always ask me, she'll be like, what do you think this is worth? And I always ask her, I go, do you want to actually sell it? Or do you want to price at what you think it's worth? She hates that answer, of course, because I've used it a lot. So it's one of those, irritation points. So she'll, we had this
ChatGPT app.
Yeah,
take a picture.
We had this stroller. It was like a double stroller because our kids were 3 years apart, so we had a brief amount of time when they would actually ride in it. So it's barely used, but it was like a really expensive stroller. I think we got it as a baby shower gift or whatever. And I'm like, do you want to sell it? And she's looking and she's like, these are $300 new. And so she's like, I go, if you want to sell it, put like $50 on there and you'll sell it today for sure. And she wanted 100. And guess what? We still have a double stroller. And so it's like all those things that you think have value, like nobody cares.
And then it'll go to Goodwill.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as a matter of fact, all the stuff, all the books and other things that we didn't sell, we threw them in the back of Jen's car and took them there. Took them to the Open Door Mission or Goodwill or whatever. But the only thing, I just have a bone to pick a little bit with Goodwill because they're a for-profit and most people think they are not, which they actually are.
Yeah.
Like CEO makes $1 million plus salary. I don't know what it lately is.
I thought it was substantially higher because
I don't like to exaggerate. Ted.
Yeah.
So I'm calling it at least $1 million. But anyway, that's my whole beef with them. I'd rather take it to the Open Door Mission where they're going to, it's for people that are homeless or trying to not be homeless. So I don't know. That's what I do, but everybody's got their different thing.
But Goodwill employs people that need help.
That's true.
That's where I think a lot of that comes from.
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a bait and switch with that whole approach. I don't know.
You know what I buy at Goodwill all the time?
What?
I get all my
Hawaiian
soaps. No, I wish. I get all my soaps. I get all my... Because
that's a good idea.
A whole section of new soaps in garbage bags, Band-Aids, everything I need from Airbnb.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
they have a whole section. It's all obviously
I was
new.
going to ask you, Ted, where do you get your shirts? Because I really
Valmar.
want to know.
I got Valmar.
It seems like a truck wrecked and went sideways and a whole bunch of boxes of just like Hawaiian shirts spilled out.
Yeah, he always has a different one.
Ted happened to be following them and then just gobbled them all up and threw them in the back.
Don't like my
and drove
shirts?
off. No,
Yeah.
You have a theme. You have a style.
I only have 2 shirts that have flowers on them.
I mean, if you just go like this, you're Tom Selleck, is all I'm saying.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Hawaii 5-0, or no, is that Hawaii 5-0? Was his, no, Magnum PI.
Magnum PI.
Sorry. Yeah.
I
you just go like this. He's always got the Hawaiian shirt. You can pull it off.
I got this one in a green one. That's all I have. The rest are
Okay, Tom.
yeah. Anyway, thanks, buddy.
Hey, pop quiz. How much, and you already know the answer to this, so just pretend that we're having this first conversation like we did on Wednesday. How much do you think a 100-gallon gas water heater costs to install?
I think my guess to you was I think I said 2,500 or something like that.
Yeah. And how surprised were you when I told you what it actually costs?
I thought it was completely false, to be honest with you.
Oh, you didn't believe me?
Well, I believed you, but I thought you were just getting scammed. Oh, this guy's got money, I'm gonna scam him.
Oh, no. So got 2 bids, and I've used both companies before, so I know they're not ripping me off.
Yep.
And the first bid was 14,300 and some. Second bid, I take that back, got 3 bids. Second bid, 18,000. And then the third bid was, I don't know, it was right around, it was like 12 or something. But one of the bids is like, hey, why don't you just get 2 75-gallon water heaters? They're way cheaper, and just link them together.
Yeah.
And you'll have 50 gallons more capacity, and I can do it for 10 grand. And I'm like, done.
Yeah.
So that was how that went. But I was like, I had a little bit of sticker shock because I hadn't done a 100-gallon one in, probably 5 or 6 years. And they were a fraction of that cost back then. It is insane how much those have gone up.
Why?
I don't know. And what the heck makes 75 gallons so much cheaper than 100? I mean, it's 25 gallons. What do you got to do? Add a little extra metal? I don't understand. It's the same thing.
I got 2 75 gallons linked together in my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Geez, you take long showers.
No, the house came like that.
Oh, God.
And it's because they have the jet tubs and stuff, I believe.
Yeah. Man, that was an unexpected, 5-figure, or is that 5-figure? 5-figure.
Definitely not 6 figures. Yeah.
That is unexpected 5-figure expense this week. And then my insurance policy just renewed on a property.
Yeah.
And this is probably the first time in the last maybe 4 years that it hasn't gone up at least 25%. But I kind of did a mix between actual cash value and RCV, the replacement cost value, where replacement cost was going to be like $6.5 million. And the ACV was, we ended up setting it at, I think, 3.8 between the garages, which are separate, and then the actual complex. But our policy last year was, I think, right around 20,000, and it went up to 21. But I had to really play with the coverage on it to get the right number, because and you'll hear why when you talk to insurance brokers, and we've had them on before, but they'll always steer you toward RCV. So total replacement cost on the property, where you can save money with actual cash value in your premium amount, but you have to, kind of pay the piper sometimes if it comes down to settlement time on a claim, because they may look at the depreciated value of different components of the building and cut it in half what the actual replacement cost would be. So if you've got a 10-year-old roof, they're going to take and depreciate it by 10 years before they actually give you any value, right? So that's the risk of going ACV versus RCV, but it's a way that you can kind of play with it to mitigate your out-of-pocket premium costs. Because let's face it, if you're buying commercial real estate, multifamily, your whole value is based on the NOI.
Yeah.
And the more you pay toward insurance, the less your NOI is, and it's a multiple. So that's, I don't know.
I'm dealing with that.
I'm just happy that it didn't go up more than it did.
And you got to check yourself on that too, because I bought that little car wash.
Yeah.
And the previous owner with the same insurance company and almost identical policy was $1,800 that they're paying.
Yeah.
And then when I took over, it's over $6,000.
Wow.
And I didn't budget $6,000 in my numbers. And there's not a ton of opportunity to add value. I mean, how many more quarters can I get in a damn box? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I've been talking about screwing up my numbers.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Yeah, insurance and taxes, man. And like we talked about, people wonder why rents go up, because otherwise all the landlords would be broke.
If I could pay this damn thing off, I would cancel insurance and not even have it on there.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that doesn't go up in some real estate, at least for like 5-year periods, is the debt payment. If you're going to get a fixed for 5, or if you lock in a 30-year on someplace, that stays fixed, which is great. Even though your expenses go up, that will always stay the same until you refi, and more of your money gets paid toward principal over time. But yeah, that's about the only thing. Everything else is going up, and rents. I think we're hitting a point where, especially in some markets, like I don't know how much more you can push rents before people start freaking out.
They are freaking
understandably,
out.
Yeah. So,
but I don't understand that, because my place is literally 6 foot high poured walls, steel siding, steel roof.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Oh, in your storage units?
No, in my car wash.
Or your car wash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is the risk?
I don't know. Is it are you paying more for liability protection? Like because there's water? Like what if it floods in a neighborhood business or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
It is a floodplain area, but I have to pay for that separate.
Yeah, it's a
But the owner built it up so high, it's higher than the roof lines of the house, so it would never flood. Plus, if it flood, there's not.
What's your what
would happen?
What do you know what your premium is for that on your flood policy?
Yeah,
Is it like $600 a year or something like that, or more?
No, it was significantly more.
Oh, over 1,000.
Yeah.
So you could try for an elevation certificate and get that whole process done.
That's on my goal list.
Yeah, and get that flood insurance removed, or hey, just write out your checkbook and pay off that loan, and then you won't have to get it.
Yeah. My name's not Owen Dashner yet.
Dude, I'm gonna be eating ramen noodles soon if I just keep having all these freaking expenses.
But the amount of money you pay out probably in a week is what would pay this place off.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I had kind of an up and down week with that, but it's good to see you again, man.
Me too. Hey, did the 4-story place that sell?
Oh, Fifth Ave Apartments?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It is still pending.
Yeah.
I think.
I know you don't want to talk about it yet.
I think you would be probably one of the first to know if it did. Yeah. So you're not going to have to ask me because you already know.
We'll go out and celebrate.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how much of that money I'm going to be taking from one hand and putting it into another and handing it to somebody else. So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Well, hopefully a lot of that pads the pocket.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, along with my sashes.
Well, guys, I hope you guys love listening to the show. Hope you mail us on our on-air at cashanddash.com if you have questions for us.
Yeah, please do that, by the way. We want to get some fun stuff. It doesn't have to be real estate related. It can be funny, tell us a story, but ask us a question.
Or if you think it'd be good for a future interview.
On air at cashanddash.com, Kaasch with a K.
Yeah. I was checking our notes, and the first time we mentioned this, it was mailbag.
I know.
So we did switch it up a little bit.
We started naming things when we were 2 bourbons deep, so we had to retrace our steps and figure out what was best.
Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate you. And if you love what you listen to, please give us a review and check us out on the Kash Dash Show on YouTube. We also have another YouTube, which is the Kash Dash Clips. So check that out. Thank you to Alex putting it all together. Please subscribe and share. It means a lot to us. And with that, Owen Dashner, we see us out.
On behalf of Aiden Bear and Ted Kaasch, I'm Owen Dashner, and you've been listening to the Kash Dash Show. Unscripted.
You did script as it sign off.